morning right here on Channels Television. It's an AI world and getting more and more that way. I've been told that for you to successfully apply and adopt AI, you need a certain behavior. So we have a tech and behavioral futurist right here in the studio, Adeoye Abodunrin, joining us to come and tell us what's the behavior to make AI or to be successful in an AI age. You're welcome to the program. Good morning.
Thank you, Amy. Good morning. Excited to be here. And thank you for awesome work that Channels TV does all the time.
Thank you so much. First of all, I'm just curious, being a tech and behavioral futurist,
yes.
What's your job?
Well, my job is to prepare us for the future, to study behavior and technology and how that will govern our lives and how things will pan out, and to see whether there are behaviors today we have that will not serve us in the coming future.
So you have a certificate. Obviously, it's not in our university curriculum yet, I believe, or is it there?
In Nigeria, not yet, but there are a few bodies of knowledge already. The actuarial sciences, predictive statistics, probability, you got strategy. In some business contexts and business schools in Nigeria, and they do a lot of futurism work. But futurism generally all over the world is still in the early stages, and it's very interesting. It's a big field. Some people have done it for 50 years, 70 years, 100 years. In the United States and the United Kingdom, you've got loads of futurists across different sectors. Tech behaviorists, tech futurists, there are personality futurists, there are financial futurists, business futurists, HR futurists, or HR futurism is a big industry.
So for in my Nigerian mind, I'm saying this is different from prophecy.
That's very interesting. Thank you. That's a very interesting question. Prophecy is actually, in my opinion, if you want to scale it, personal futurism or personality futurism using gifts or inspiration. That's what I would define it as. But there's also personality futurism, financial personality futurism. For example, if I see your finances and I look at the past 3 months, 6 months, and past year of your life, I can predict for you how your next 5 to 10 years would be. Basic done exercise all over the world. Coaches use it all the time. Or I look at how you talk and I listen to you. I can listen for your behavioral patterns. Even though I don't know you, I can say a lot about you. For example, I have developed, if I see 60 seconds, I can say a lot about you because I've trained myself over 30 years in personality futurism, using psychology and gift, talent, and all of that, and what you call prophecy.
After the program, I'll ask you for what you have observed.
I will.
But anyway, so what are some of those behavior that you think could deter Nigeria or Nigerians from fully adopting AI, since we have all agreed that the future is in AI and technology?
Yes, absolutely. Number one, it won't serve us to bury our head in the sand. We have a que sera attitude that's both religious, quasi-religious, and cultural. Say, my God will not allow this to happen to me. My God will not. No. This AI, I will never be out of a job. I am the light of the world. Yes, I agree. Whatever your persuasion is. In this case, you can't be quasi-religious. You can't say it doesn't concern me. About 5 years ago, I was in a WhatsApp group, and they were saying, no, AI is not coming to Africa yet. We still have a long way to go, blah, blah, blah. So the same group, we had a physical meeting recently, and they were really talking serious AI stuff. We will lose jobs. I thought you guys told me 5 years ago on WhatsApp that we should not worry. That's the first attitude. We can't afford to bury our head in the sand. We can't wish it away. We can't hope it away. We are in the age of AI already. What we saw during the computational era, where exactly the way the year 1990s and 2000 were, we are back in another cycle. The things happening on the AI front are huge. We can't afford to have que sera attitude or wish it away. The second thing is that we can't afford to be too fearful. Fear immobilizes. And what human beings don't understand, they rationalize with fear. and they go defensive. This is general behavior. We can't afford to have a fearful approach. I mean, there are many fearful conversations. Will people lose their jobs or not? That should not be the front burner conversation. The front burner is this new wave that is coming. How do I ride it? How do I and my business multiply myself? There are companies today, just 12 people, and they are doing hundreds of millions of dollars. The business models all over the world are changing. Those are the kind of conversations that we should embrace. The limit of the human fear is demarcated by understanding. We should pursue understanding, and that's what we should look for. The third one, I think, is that we should invest money. How you spend your money that you earn today, for example, I said earlier, is an indicator of how your future would be. But when I check our GDP budget and all of that as a country and as a continent, maybe South Africa is spending some huge money. I don't see heavy financial bite in the direction of technology. The numbers for me are disappointing. I'm sorry to say that we have the advantage to leapfrog. When GSM came, it seemed as if Nigeria was backward. All of a sudden, when GSM came, several things began to come on, and some of the technologies that Nigeria came up with, the West were gaping. There are some areas of the GSM family of revolution that the foreign countries were looking at us like, this is huge. My point is, AI is here again. It's in the nascent stages. There's opportunity to leapfrog and quantum leap ourselves into superior productivity in record time, by the way.
So I hear you when you say you're not happy with the spending on technology now, especially when you compare what's going on. In other African countries, I came back from Morocco a couple of weeks, I think about 2 weeks ago, and I had my heart broken, you know, when you compare what's going on in Morocco and what's going on in Nigeria, and yet we're supposed to be the, you know, big brother, the giants, you know what I'm saying? But we also have to be realistic. So if we see the government giving more attention to defense, for instance, we know that that's a priority for us at this time. We've seen some interesting macroeconomic numbers, but they have not reflected in the micro. So that means that when we talk about welfareism and all of that, so when we see the government looking that way, I mean, it's obviously a priority for us. So perhaps we're waiting for AI to grow, mature, and then we'll leapfrog again. And
No. AI will now outgrow us, God forbid.
Nigerian in you.
We don't want to be the ones. So we've been colonized 4 times. No, 3 times actually. Argumented, there's A and B, so is that 3 or 4 times, whichever side of it. We're about to be colonized a 4th time with the AI revolution. You see, every time you speak on this phone, Samsung or whatever, sorry I mentioned the name, any X device, you are speaking through someone else's server. If you run any enterprise resource planning tool, SAP, whatever name, Oracle, wherever the company is domiciled, that is where your business is running from. They have access to all of your data. They can see the, permit me, intestine, liver, everything you are hiding, everything you're about. That's a form of colonization right there. We are not a sovereign entity. What we're saying now is that when are we going to have the Nigerian version of this device I'm holding? All these TVs, and the CIA has said it all over the world, they can tune it and listen to you. So we're dealing with the national sovereignty issue. So when we're spending money on defense, and by the way, when we say spending money on defense, meaning spending money on technology that can help us save. The moment you put it that way, because the height of defense is in technology. So how much of that defense money is being apportioned to tech development? When are we going to have secured systems so that African head of states or even the federal government and who else I can talk to? If I was the president, for example, I can talk to my cabinet, and I'm sure that no world power is listening.
But we have data centers coming up now, especially in Lagos. Does that help? A
lot of them, but the servers that are going to be installed in data centers
will still come from
other Oracle servers, Microsoft servers. The meaning of, I'm sorry I'm mentioning some names, Amazon server, the meaning, as long as we are passing through somebody else's infrastructure and we don't have indigenous original equipment manufacturers that the government has empowered and the community has empowered to own our own we are not safe. So we can't be building defense infrastructure. We can't build any infrastructure because there's no critical national infrastructure that's sitting on its own. So if you see an Amazon or whatever name, the government of their country, they are working in consonance with the government of their country, because communication is security. Security is communication. So at the end of the day, governance rests on it. We are not yet autonomous people until we own our own. Second, I would like to say data. It says these AI things are coming up, data is being generated. Whoever has the data has the new oil field of the future. So where is our data sitting? If you are using any of those platforms I mentioned earlier, you are in the cloud somewhere. So someone knows how much you are earning. They know where you go. Today, sobering point, Google Maps is far more reliable than any map of any federal. How can our territorial sovereignty, upon which you're going to map security anyway, you want to know where the third points of the streets are, right? We're going to go to Google. Where is Google? United States. Where is our own? So these data centers coming up need to be Nigerian servers, Nigerian infrastructure, Nigerian trained engineers who end to end we own it. What's my bigger point? It's an opportunity for a leapfrog at a very big level. It's a good point to borrow. It is something to borrow money. I'm sorry I'm using the word, but I don't like borrowing. But it is something we can literally spend money on, and it's good for our future.
Honestly, I'm enjoying this, but time is not our friend. They say every day you're having fun, and it's a whole lot driving it to the heart and painting. I really appreciate how you're painting the picture like that. We're using Google Map here, and it's domiciled in the United States, and we're talking of security. I mean,
if Google Map crashes,
wow,
how many of us will get home? Number two, if somebody wants to really...
any information at all, you go to Google Map and you get a lot of...
The past 2 months, Google Map can give you a timeline where you've been.
Yes, true.
That's too much information in somebody else's server.
In another country, including our government officials.
Our senators, everybody. You see, somebody can sit in a 2-3 countries max. Maybe even one country can sit and plot all of who we are, plus whose wife, concubine, whatever. We are totally
Adeoye, please, we really have to stop. Adeoye Aboduri is a tech and behavioral futurist, and painting some picture right there that's somehow too scary, but it's the reality, and we really have to do something about it. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.